today I feel good as far as like my outfit. I really feel good. I look good. Mindset wise though, it's been a really big change I've had to go through, um, basically within this past year, especially from moving into Boston from Arizona. I'm from Arizona, so it was a big difference, a big change. Although I have a lot of great friends here that support me, which that's the first thing I leaned into when I got here, because when I got here it wasn't on the best of terms. But my friends gave me, that outlook that I can be able to get things situated, get things done. So it's made me feel a lot better. There's still things, of course, I'm trying to make sure I do. I try to make sure I work on at all times. But all in all, I'm doing okay. I'm not gonna say great. I'm not really gonna say good anymore because I say good and it's kind of a facade. I think the best thing that you can really do is just really just listen to your inner self, listen to your inner child, and just really understand your feelings, your own emotions. That's something that really takes a lot to do. But that's what I'm doing. So it's actually been helping. It's been working, and I'm feeling better. With vulnerability, it's just really tricky because you don't want to be too closed off, but then you don't want to be too open up, and to really have a facade or have a mask on. I think I really had a mask on as a child, being a gay person, and also just being a person that was like behind the scenes. I was independent. I had friends, of course, but I just never really thought anything about vulnerability, if I'm being honest. I never really knew what the word meant. But that's my version of vulnerability. I think it has to do with opening up or being closed off with myself, first and foremost. I took a big, deep dive into myself during this whole year that's passed of me moving. I call it moving, but me being sent here to Boston. I've been able to take a deep dive into my emotional field, my emotional safety, my emotional shell, my walls, and it's been a lot to dig through and been a lot to really understand and realize, especially when it comes to how I've treated people in the past. And I was really delicate at the time, but I also wasn't realizing how delicate I was pushing through with other people. Like they were having their delicacies, and sometimes I was trying to do too much with trying to get them to open up quicker, and I don't want to open up myself sometimes. Even though I understood it, but it's like I would say I understood it, but then I thought I understood it, and I really didn't. So, but vulnerability is just something that's really been helpful. It's been a helpful tool. It really gives you a chance to sit in your emotion, and to really think, like, what is it that really has bothered you all these years, or was something that maybe another woman in the Wild Release program that can actually teach you. I feel when it comes to teachings, it's always something to learn, no matter your age. I feel even when I turn 80 years old, I'll still be learning a whole bunch of things up to then, because knowledge is just awesome. But I have grown from speaking out to people and making sure my feelings are accounted for. I would always go on my shell all the time. I would always be really, really independent to the point where you really couldn't tell me anything. I already was like, okay, kind of got down packed as soon as I started practicing it and everything like that. But I definitely grew as a person. I'm not as the quiet person as I used to be. I still am quiet, but it's not really a shell as much as it was. Now I can talk more. Now I can actually speak my mind a little bit more. I still do care about other people's feelings, so I try to make sure I don't step on people's toes. That is definitely something that still sticks with me. But I've definitely grown and definitely learned a lot of different lessons along the way, and really just learned a lot about people and just people's emotions, people's feelings, people's support systems, generational curses. To me, WB stands for, and while I'm peace is for me. Is me being able to have a deep outlook and to be able to not just grasp at straws, not try to force yourself to know an answer or force yourself to know how to do these certain things. I think it's just really a learning experience. It's really just something that brings a togetherness, a unity about it, rather than just picking on people and saying what's your best this or that. It's really just unity and liberation. It's liberating. It's a freedom feeling. It's really just about you.